everyone, Coach Sipho here, and today's tutorial is sponsored by Alex.
Hi Coach Sipho, my name is Alex. In one of your videos you say a king cannot be captured. How do you win the game then?
Yes, I did say that capturing the opponent's king is not allowed. It is considered as an illegal move. Therefore, in today's tutorial, we are going to learn how one actually wins the game of chess without capturing the opponent's king. To best demonstrate this, we are going to focus on the stage of chess where there are very few chess pieces remaining on the board. And that stage is referred to as an endgame stage. By the way, there are 3 stages of chess, but that is a topic for another day. Fellow chess players, this is the beginning of the 6 elementary endgames that every serious chess player should know if they want to make it big at chess. But as you may have guessed, we cannot cover all those 6 elementary endgames in one video. In this particular tutorial, we are going to focus on 2 rooks checkmate, which is also called a bicycle mate. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. One thing you need to know is that you cannot checkmate the opponent's king in the middle of the board using 2 rooks. You can only checkmate it on the edges. It could be up the board, on the sides, or at the bottom. So, the first step is to decide where do you want to push the king. To the left, right, up, down. Let's make a decision. For this example, we are going to push the opponent's king up the board. We've already made the decision. We are going to push the opponent's king up the board. So, the first step is to prevent the opponent's king from going to the opposite direction. How do you do that? You want to play one of your rooks one rank or one line below the king. It could be this rook or that rook. It doesn't really matter. So the purpose of this move is to cut the king off from ever crossing this line, because remember, the king is not allowed to go where it could be captured. So the king is not allowed to step on this line, since it would be captured by that white rook. I call this an electric fence. If the king ever tries to cross this line, it would be shocked. So it is not allowed to cross this line. It would be illegal to do so. So let's say black goes there. Of course, black knows that we are trying to, okay, let's pretend he knows that we are trying to push him up the board. So he won't go there voluntarily. So let's say black goes to the right. Step 1 was to build the electric fence, preventing the king from going down. Step 2 is to force the king to go up the board, since it won't go there voluntarily. So how do you force the king up the board? You use your second rook, the rook at the back. You never check with the rook in front, because it would remove the electric fence and allow the king to go to the opposite direction, which is what we don't want. So you check with the rook that is at the back. Check. The opponent's king is in danger. Thanks to this rook, it cannot go to the opposite direction. It must go up. But in doing so, a strong player would go up while approaching our rook. Now it would be a blunder to check, because you would lose the rook. Remember, one of the ways to get out of check is to eat the piece or capture the piece checking you. So the rook is too close to the king. So it would be a blunder to check. The black king would simply get out of check by capturing that rook. So when the king is too close to your rook, when there is no file in between, when there is no row in between, You simply go to the other side of the board. But you don't want to go to the same line as your other rook, because you won't be able to check again. Remember, you always check with the rook that is at the back. So you won't be able to jump. A rook cannot jump and check. So you want to go as far as possible, but not on the same file or not on the same row as your other rook. Now the king's best plan is to approach the rooks again and try to capture one of them. But the king's only disadvantage is that it can only move one square at a time. So black goes and tries to approach the rooks. Which rook is at the back? You always check with the rook that is at the back. Remember, the rook that is in the front, its role is to prevent you from going to the opposite direction. Is to prevent the opponent's king from going to the opposite direction. That's the role of the rook in front. The role of the rook that is at the back is to push the king to go up the board. So which rook is at the back? This one. Check. The opponent's king cannot go down thanks to that rook. King goes up. Now you check again with the rook that is at the back. Remember, rook in front prevents the opponent's king from going down. You actually repeat the same thing again and again until the king gets too close to your rooks, where you run far away to the other side. So you check. King cannot go down thanks to that rook. Gets out of check, going up. There's still a file in between. There's still a row in between. So you don't have to worry. Continue with checks. King gets out. Now there's no row in between anymore. You cannot check because the opponent would capture this rook. When there's no file in between, you run far away to the other side of the board. Now the king will ask, which rook should I chase? That one or this one? It would make sense for black to approach this one since this is the closest. Remember, the king can only move one square at a time. So black would go there. Do we have a file in between? Of course not. So we cannot check. It would be a blunder, a mistake to go there, because black would get out of check by capturing our rook. So when there is no file in between, you run far away to the other side of the board. Black comes, check with the rook that is at the back. Remember, when you check with the rook that is in front, there is no electric fence anymore, and you allow the opponent's king to go to the opposite direction. So we always check with the rook that is at the back. Check and checkmate. Checkmate means the opponent's king is under attack and it cannot do all the three things to get out of a check. Congratulations for mastering the bicycle mate. If you are confident about your ability to checkmate with two rooks, please hit thumbs up. If you would like me to cover more end games like this, even the most difficult ones, such as one bishop, one knight and a king, or two bishops and a king, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you can be notified as soon as I upload them. To those who are still not sure what is a check and what is a checkmate, and also the 3 ways of getting out of a check, I recommend that you watch the video above. It will help you understand this one even better. So thank you. See you next week.